on Earth, there is a place so cold, so brutal, so unforgiving, that almost nothing can survive there. No forests, no cities, no shelter from the endless freezing wind. Only ice, an endless world of white silence, where temperatures fall far below zero and storms can erase life within minutes. This is Antarctica, and somehow, in one of the harshest places on this planet, a small bird survives. Not just survives, but raises families, crosses frozen oceans, and endures conditions that would kill most living creatures. This is the story of the penguin, the survivor of Antarctica. For most animals, Antarctica is impossible. The freezing winds can reach terrifying speeds. The ocean remains deadly cold. And during winter, darkness can last for months. Yet emperor penguins continue living here, year after year, because over thousands of years, their bodies adapted perfectly for survival. At first glance, penguins may look calm, even harmless. Small bodies, black and white feathers, awkward movements on ice, but beneath that appearance is one of nature's greatest survival experts. An emperor penguin can survive temperatures below -40 degrees, conditions where exposed skin freezes almost instantly. Their thick feathers trap heat close to the body. Underneath those feathers, a powerful layer of fat protects them from the deadly cold. Even their blood system is designed for survival. Their bodies reduce heat loss, keeping vital organs warm while limiting energy waste. Everything about them was built for this frozen world. But surviving Antarctica requires more than adaptation. It requires endurance, because life here is a constant battle against nature itself. Far across the frozen landscape, a colony of emperor penguins slowly moves through the snow, thousands of them together, walking across endless ice beneath freezing winds. And every penguin here shares one goal: survival. During the breeding season, something extraordinary happens. The female penguin lays a single egg, just one. And in Antarctica, that egg means everything. If it freezes, the chick inside dies within moments, so the parents must protect it constantly. After laying the egg, the female carefully transfers it to the male. One small mistake, 1 second on the ice, and the chick may never survive. The male balances the egg carefully on his feet, covering it beneath a warm layer of skin called a brood pouch. And then, the female leaves. She begins a dangerous journey toward the ocean, searching for food. Meanwhile, the male remains behind. For nearly 2 months, he does not eat. He stands in the freezing darkness, through endless Antarctic storms, protecting the egg from the cold. The wind screams across the ice. Temperatures continue falling, but the penguins have developed an incredible survival strategy. They huddle together, thousands of penguins forming a massive moving circle. The ones outside face the freezing wind first. Then, slowly, they rotate inward, allowing others to warm themselves. No leader commands them, yet somehow, they move together perfectly. Survival through unity. Days pass, then weeks. The males grow weaker from hunger. Some lose dangerous amounts of body weight, but they continue protecting the eggs. Because in Antarctica, giving up means death. Finally, after weeks of darkness and storms, something incredible happens. Tiny cracks appear inside the eggs. The chicks begin hatching, small, weak, covered in soft gray feathers, completely dependent on their parents. At almost the same time, the females finally return from the ocean, their stomachs filled with food for the chicks. For many penguins, this reunion is the difference between life and death. Because some males are now dangerously close to starvation, The female takes over caring for the chick, while the exhausted male finally leaves for the ocean. But reaching the ocean is never easy. The journey itself is dangerous. The ice beneath them constantly changes. Massive cracks can appear suddenly. Deadly storms reduce visibility to almost nothing. And beneath the frozen water, predators are waiting. Leopard seals, one of Antarctica's deadliest hunters. As the penguins approach the water's edge, they hesitate, because entering the ocean means entering another world of danger. But eventually, they jump. The freezing water explodes around them, and suddenly, the awkward birds become something completely different. In water, penguins are incredible swimmers. Fast, agile, precisi. Their wings become powerful flippers. Their bodies cut through the ocean like living torpedoes. They dive deep beneath the ice, searching for fish, krill, and squid. Some emperor penguins can dive deeper than 500 meters, holding their breath for over 20 minutes, an ability almost impossible to imagine. But the ocean is filled with danger. Far below the surface, a leopard seal moves silently through the water. Watching, waiting, one young penguin drifts too far from the group, and instantly, the seal attacks. Everything becomes chaos. Penguins scatter through the freezing water. The seal moves with terrifying speed. But survival has taught penguins one important lesson: never stop moving. The young penguin escapes beneath broken ice, barely surviving, because in Antarctica, every day is a battle. Even raising chicks becomes dangerous. As winter slowly weakens, the chicks begin growing larger, but they are still vulnerable. Giant seabirds called squaws circle overhead, searching for weak chicks left unprotected. The parents must constantly guard them, feed them, protect them from freezing temperatures. And slowly, the chicks begin changing. Their soft feathers fall away, replaced by waterproof adult feathers. This means one thing: soon, they will enter the ocean for the first time. For every penguin chick, this moment changes everything, because once they leave the colony, they must survive on their own. No protection, no shelter, no second chances. Only Antarctica, the frozen wilderness that tests every living creature. And yet, generation after generation, penguins continue surviving here, not because Antarctica became easier, but because they adapted together. Their story is not about strength alone. It is about endurance, about loyalty, about surviving in conditions where life should not exist. But today, their frozen world is changing. The ice they depend on is slowly disappearing in some regions. Ocean temperatures are changing. Food sources are becoming harder to find. And scientists fear many penguin populations could struggle in the future, because Antarctica is changing faster than ever before. Yet despite everything, the penguins continue marching across the ice, still fighting storms, still raising chicks, still surviving against impossible odds. And maybe that is what makes them extraordinary. Not because they are the biggest animals, not because they are dangerous predators, but because even in one of the coldest places on Earth, they refuse to give up. So the next time you see a penguin, remember this: behind those small footsteps across the snow is one of the greatest survival stories on Earth. A bird that challenged the frozen end of the world and survived. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to subscribe for more cinematic wildlife stories. And remember, nature's greatest survivors are not always the strongest. Sometimes, they are simply the ones who keep moving forward through the storm.